Now there's no need to go postal just because you're bored. You like to make music, play keyboard or electric guitar, sing or just make some cool beats. But you have to have a computer and a studio. All you need is an iPhone or an iPad. You can even make music in bed. Right here. So be triumphant. Now it's time to do a happy dance. You have found a great resource to help you find just the right software and someone to actually show you real-world examples of how to make cool music almost anywhere. Subscribe to the Beadhead producer. He will show you the way. Or be bored and unproductive. It's your choice.
First let's discuss the layout of Chordbot. Excuse me while I fart. Okay, that's much better. There are 5 blue areas with writing on them. Each of these have invisible buttons you can push. To access these you simply push on the text or symbols on each bar. On the top left is the section bar, and underneath this bar is where your chord progressions show up in a list. This list can be as long as you like, or it can be broken into sections. If you start a new song, the default chord that shows up in section 1 is C major. You will recognize it as the happiest chord in the world. It makes me want to give money to strangers and allow doctors to do terrible things to my wife. Just kidding. I don't have a wife. That's why I'm able to do this. No nagging breezy to make me come to bed instead of staying up all night. Excuse me, I have a phone call. Hello? Yes, this is John. What do you mean I've been suspended? What? I'm not a sexist pig. I'm a comedian. What do you mean I'm not funny? Fine. Good day. I mean, f*** off.
Don't forget to hit subscribe.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I'm John, the sexist comedian's replacement. Don't worry, there will be no more farting. Okay, let us continue showing you how to effectively use Chordbot. Tap in the upper right corner on the 3 horizontal lines that look like a perfect sandwich to create a new song. Choose New from the pop-up menu, and then at the very top of the screen you will see where Chordbot asks you if you wish to create a new song, and then answer yes on the upper far right. A new song will default to the key of C major, and your first chord is chosen for you, which is C major. You can change this chord to whatever chord you wish with the buttons on the right, or you can accept the first chord and go to the bottom left corner and hit Insert, which will duplicate whatever chord was last in the list, but you must then choose a different chord in order to move on to the next chord in your progression. As you choose a type of chord, you will hear Chordbot play back your choice. Now we will turn down each of the instruments except for one. There can be up to 8 parts that follow your progression, including drums, piano, bass, acoustic guitar, keyboards and synth. The instrument mixer menu looks a bit like a Wi-Fi symbol. With each instrument you can also choose a rhythm style and how loud or quiet you want a particular instrument. Now you can hear we only have the piano turned on. Watch as Marc picks different chords and tries out the progression to see if the chords sound good together in transition. Your chord list can be broken into sections so that each section represents a different part of the song. To add a section, push on the first blue bar on the top left. A keyboard will pop up allowing you to name your section. If you close the keyboard without naming the section, Chordbot will use a default name. In this case, that is section 2. Click OK in the upper right to create your new section. There will then be arrows in the blue bar you use to create a new section, that allow you to go between new sections to edit them or listen back to them. Before you export your song, you can decide how many parts to export. You can go in the mixer section and turn up the instruments you would like to export, choose the rhythm and instrument, like bass and drums. Then go to the File menu on the upper right where you first created a new song, but this time choose Export Song, then choose Export WAV file if you wish to only export the audio. Then choose Audio Share and your file will be stored there and can then be shared with the app of your choice like email or Dropbox. Select Export MIDI file to export your song to MIDI so it can be opened up in your recording app, like Cubasis. Again, use Audio Share and then you can preview the MIDI file in Audio Share as well. In this case we are going to share it from Audio Share to Cubasis. It will then appear under My MIDI files in Cubasis and can be imported by double tapping it or dragging it into the track window. Chordbot will export a MIDI file using General MIDI and put program changes at the beginning of your song on each file so that any MIDI player or recording program will automatically pick the right instruments. If you would like to pick your own instruments, I suggest you delete these program or patch changes first, otherwise you may pick a sound and wonder why it keeps jumping back to a sound you don't want to use. You can also program your own drums in your recording program, which we will do here now, to demonstrate. You can load any third-party plugins to change the sounds. In this case we will load up a Korg synth to change the string sound. There you go. I hope that this shows you how helpful Chordbot can be in coming up with new chord progressions, and then exporting the MIDI files to be opened and finished in the recording program of your choice. In the coming episodes, we will show you how this ends up with a finished song. For now you can get started with creating your own new progressions and songs and explore the rest of the features in Chordbot that I didn't get a chance to explain, otherwise this episode may have been far too long to keep your attention. Now quit fooling around and thinking about using Chordbot and actually write and finish a song. It doesn't have to be long, but finish it for Pete's sake.
Now you know how to use Chordbot. Aren't you happy?
I wonder what I will make a show about next. Don't think you can put your thumb up your butt and pull out fudge pudding. Your butt is not full of pudding. Your butt is full of poop. You can believe me when I tell you, poop does not taste like pudding. So instead, subscribe to the Beadhead producer. He will only teach you tasty things, very much like actual pudding.